Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. I am Eric the Dudley Dog, and for today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Series 123 Demolition, Axe, and Smash. Personally, my favorite tag team of all time. All time! I even put them above the Legion of Doom, which most people put at the top of their lists. So this is going to be a very biased review on my end, because these two figures I have been anticipating a newer version for years now. So let's get to it with a quick look at the packaging. As usual, you can see the full figures in the open window of the boxes along with the accessories they come with. In this case, it's their entrance gear and some extra hands, and a quick portrait of them on the right of the figures. Smash seems to be a bit out of place in his packaging though. You can see his feet are bent out of place. He's like almost like somebody put him back in the box before they sold him. Oh well. On the side of the box is their packaging. You can see their portraits. And on the back another picture of them together with a short bio. Demolition Axe. From parts unknown. Height 6'3", weight 291 pounds. Finisher is Demolition Decapitation. I believe they referred to it as the Demolition Decapitation Elbow back in the day. Career highlights: World Tag Team Champion. And I believe they were also like the first 3-time Tag Team Champions. In addition to being one of the longest reigning Tag Team Champions back in the day. They were champions for well over a year if I'm not mistaken. His bio: as the most dominant tag team of their era, Demolition showed every night why pain and destruction was their middle name. Smash has the same bio reading, but his stats: from parts unknown, height 6'2", weight 290 pounds, finisher Demolition Decapitation again, and yeah, and the same career highlight of being a World Tag Team Champion. And on the bottom of the box you can see the other figures in this wave. I skipped Roman and Drew McIntyre in this one. Because like I mentioned before, I think the Drew McIntyre, the Ultimate Edition, is like the definitive version of him you'll need. Unless you're a really big fan of him and want every figure of him. And Roman, yeah, there are enough of them out there. With not enough differences among them to justify getting more than a few of them. And on the other side of the packaging is once again another picture of them in the ring. And with that done, let's get them out of the box and take a look at them. And here we have them out of the box, and already I can see a small problem I have with these figures. I just read the bio before this, and as you probably remembered, it stated that Axe was taller, but in action figure form here, Smash is obviously taller. And not by a hair, by like half a forehead. Even the body formula they use, you can see Smash is taller. They gave him longer legs. You think they just do a simple body swap for this, using back the same body and just change the heads. For accessories, in addition you can see they have their entrance vests and the studded armbands. They're missing the chaps though. I guess that depends on which era of Demolition we're talking about here, because I believe they started using the studded chaps later in their career, while they were still baby faces. Maybe we will get another version of that later down the line. There's always hope for a Coliseum Collection Ultimate Edition. Anyway, accessories wise again, other than entrance gear that come on the figures, they come with their trademark masks. Let's see if you can get a clear shot of these. And oddly enough, Axe comes packaged with 2 fist hands, and his accessories include 2 gripping hands. Whereas Smash comes packaged with 2 gripping hands, but he comes with 2 pointing hands. Taking a look at the figures now, starting with Axe. You can see he's got his classic face paint, with a stern look on his face. I'm surprised they didn't give him the tongue out look, like what Smash almost has there, since that's what they're known for. Or at least give them an alternate head so they can do that famous pose. But I'm guessing that means we might get new Demolition figures again later down the line. Anyway, back to the figure. For his entrance vest, yeah, some nice details on it. They even tried to paint all the studs on it with little silver details. And underneath that, the classic BDSM gear that they usually wear. Black knee pads, black but studded boots. More detail on the back of their tights. Overall, a very good representation of the actual character. Articulation wise, the head is not impeded by anything, so he's got the full turnaround. There's a bit of up, a bit of down. Arms go out to the side and all around. And the stud's actually poking my fingers. Let's see. Pinless double elbows, but it's a bit stiff on him. Gets you about that far. I think without the without the wristbands, the entrance gear, you can probably go up just a bit more. It's got a ab crunch. Gets about that far down, that far back. Waist swivel. Legs go up and down. There's a cut at the thigh. Double knees, but not pinless. And it is affected a bit by the rubber knee pads that they have. There's a cut at the boot. And his feet go up and down. And a bit of side to side. A bit of pivot. Nicely done. He also has his wristbands on also under the entrance gear. And for Smash, about the same thing detail wise. Which is why it shouldn't have been a problem for them to just swap out use the same body but change their heads only. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Well, he does have a tattoo on his arm. And his face paint is the classic Smash face paint. With the angry face. Yeah, and like I said, you can see his legs are... Foot to foot, his legs are taller, a bit longer, a bit at the thighs. Really should have just used back the same body for both of them. Anyway, articulation wise, his head is limited because of his hair. He has longer hair, yeah. Can't go back, but can go down a bit. Arms are the same, goes out to the side, go around. Pinless double elbows. Gives you all you need. Ab crunch, waist swivel, legs worth of air. You can do the splits that far. Thigh swivel. Same double knees and not pinless. Cut in the boot. And some minor articulation in the feet. Just like Axe, back and forth, left and right a bit. Very nicely done. For a comparison, here they are with the original Mattel WWE Elite Legends Demolition figures that originally came out in 2011. You can see there are differences in the face paint they used. But the one thing they have in common again is this Smash is taller than Axe again. It's more or less they're using back the same figure formula, other than the new doubled elbowed arms. And one other small detail, this old Smash has a bald spot. So yeah, this is before he cut his hair to become the Repo Man. So yeah, overall compared to the original release from over 10 years ago, there's a lot of reuse here. For another comparison, here they are with their eternal rivals, the Legion of Doom. I think we've all heard the story about how Vince McMahon created Demolition when he couldn't sign the original Legion of Doom back in the day. But for me, I've always liked Demolition better. They had a great look, a fun brawler style, and an awesome ring entrance theme. They can say Demolition ripped off the Legion of Doom, but they weren't as big of a rip-off as the Powers of Pain were. Either way, it's my own bias, but I'll take Demolition over the LOD any day. Hey yo, future me here, and I can't believe I actually forgot to say it, but congratulations to Demolition on getting in the Hall of Fame this year. Another big reason why I was excited to review these figures, and I almost forgot to mention it. Sheesh. And there we have it. A look at my favorite tag team of all time, Demolition. Easily recommended if you're a big fan of them like I am. And if you're collecting wrestling figures for the late 80s and early 90s, yeah, can't miss with these guys. A very good update to the original Legends figures. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching if you made it all the way to the end. Please like and subscribe. Comment below, anybody else out there a bigger Demolition fan over the LOD like me? Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!